Hey, I'm ChristopherJMUA and welcome back to my channel. Unless you have never ever been here before, then welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by. Today, we are reviewing the Glamlite Street Taco palette. And I'm already hungry just looking at it. These food-themed palettes make my heart happy because my heart loves food, along with my stomach and my brain. So if you like food too, and you want to see what this palette looks like, what its swatches like, what it performs like, then stay exactly where you are, keep doing exactly what you're doing, and keep on watching. So, here we have the Glamlite Street Taco palette. I thought that this was like the next big launch from Glamlite, but based on the popularity of the launch and the way that Glamlite is promoting the launch, I think it's actually more of like a mini in-between, and I didn't realize that when I bought it, because if you don't know, if you haven't been here a while, then you don't know that this is my first Glamlite experience. I don't know of the Glamlite. So I was hoping that my first palette review from Glamlite was gonna be like a big exciting new launch, but we'll save the big exciting new launch for the next launch. For now, we're gonna review an in-between launch, and it's gonna be the Street Taco palette. Now, the Street Taco palette is $22 from theglamlite.com, and as per their website, the description says, from the original creators of the world's first taco palette, Glamlite takes you on a second trip to Latin America to bring you the street taco. Inspired by the popular twist on one of the most delicious and authentic Mexican dishes ever created. This tasty taco includes the most traditional and mouth-watering toppings such as guacamole, carne asada, al pastor, carnitas, and pico de gallo, just to name a few. And with new colors. This palette features 10 highly pigmented shades including 6 buttery mattes, 1 dynamic duochrome, and 3 ultra dazzling shimmers. Ooh, I should have got the cake palette. That thing is pretty. I'll put a picture of it right here. That's nice. I like that one. And here is the unit carton for the Glamlite Street Taco palette. The front shows the crunchy taco with all of its lettuce, sour cream, beef, tomatoes, and cheese. Then we flip it over and it shows Street Taco. It shows what the shades are actually in the palette, and then it gives the description along with some ingredients as well, and how to get featured on their Instagram page. Then we'll flip it back over and open it. Shows the Glamlite palette. Oh! It was showing the Glamlite palette wrapped in plastic, just like tortillas. Hard shell tortillas are wrapped in plastic like this when you open them. And then on the top of the box where you open it at, it shows the taco again, just like the front. And then if we take the palette out of the plastic, we have our palette, and then on the back it says, warning, do not eat. And it gives the description again. And then if we open the palette itself, take the plastic off, and officially here is the Glamlite Street Taco palette. It's a very wide range of colors, even for a 10 shade eyeshadow palette. Yellow, orange, red, purple, green, brown, gold, I guess. Nice. Now we're gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in, and we're gonna get started on swatches. The first shade is Pico de Gallo. Whoa! That is super pigmented. Limon. Red onions, al pastor, then the shade picante, guacamole. Whoa! That is so cool. I really like that shade. Wow. The shade pollo. Then the shade carnitas. Oh. These shimmer shades are truly something else. Then the shade repollo rojo. And last is the shade Carne Asada. And with that, that is the entirety of the Glamlite Street Taco palette. You know, as always, I will insert photos of the swatches, one with flash here, and one without flash here. And here we are with the video close-up. These swatches of these shimmer shades are just beautiful. Just beautiful, for lack of other words. I went ahead and primed my eye with my P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 01. Also, I would say it's probably safe to assume that the look that's going to be created with this palette is going to be colorful and bright. If I were to make a neutral wearable type look, it would look something like this. It would be the light brown in the inner corner, the dark brown in the outer corner, with the gold duochrome brown shade on the lid. That is essentially what a neutral look with this palette would look like. That's essentially what the only neutral look in this palette would look like. I mean, you might be able to add a little bit of purple into it if you did make it neutral, but then you're getting away from neutral and you're turning it into purple. So for today's colorful, hopefully, so for today's colorful and hopefully successful look, I'm going to start by using the Morphe M441 giant fluffy brush and go into the shade Repollo Rojo. I don't know if it's Repollo or Repollo. Chicken is pollo, so I'm going to assume it's Repollo Rojo. That's what we're going in with. And with this, I'm just gonna start packing it right out here in the outer crease area. Pretty much gonna be the whole outer corner of my eye. Maybe even the wing shape of my eye. I also want to comment on the size of this mirror. It's a pretty good size for eyes. It is like the perfect size for me to fit both of my eyes in to see what work I'm doing on the eyes. I can see the full face too. I mean, if I turn it sideways, it's a little bit better for full face. It's not the greatest for full face, honestly, but for eyes, it's perfect. There does seem to be quite a bit of kickback in the pan, but it's not like huge, flaky, powdery kickback. It's just very small micas of kickback. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it like a 3. So it's not too bad. It's just happening. I'm also gonna take this out into a little bit of a wing shape just because I like that shape and I want it and I can. That is all. Definitely getting a lot of pigment out of this shade, which is good. I like pigment. In my opinion, it does actually seem like it's pressed a little hard to be so bright, but I'm still getting really good payoff. It's building up very nicely. It's looking solid and opaque, even without the powdery mess. So that's good. 9 times out of 10, powdery messes usually means very pigmented. But in this instance, not a powdery mess means pigmented. And that's a really great change from the norm. For now, I think that's it for the shade Repollo Rojo. It is so hard for me to say that. So I'm gonna go now into the shade Al Pastor, and I'm going to use the Morphe M519 brush. It's a little bit smaller version of the Morphe M441 giant fluffy brush, just a little less fluffy. Wow, that is like fire Cheeto red. That almost looks like the Cheeto shade in the Shane Dawson x Jeffree Star Conspiracy palette. Forgot what it was called. Isn't it like Hot Cheeto or something? Wow, it's very pretty. And again, I'm just packing this on right in the center area of my crease. Right now, I'm just wanting to establish the guidelines of where I want the brunt of the color to be. Then I'll go in and work with the blend a little bit more. But right now, I'm just figuring out placement. Wow, that is so bright. Do you see the level of pigment that I'm getting out of this? Now I'm also gonna take this shade right up here onto the brow bone, to the top of that purple, because I want the lighter shades to be on top and in front. Oh, that's so cool. It's so cool. Oh, no blending yet. No blending. Okay, that's neat. I like that a lot. And now we are to the point where I'm going to use the Morphe M456, my favorite brush for us hooded lid folk, and I'm gonna go into the shade Picante, or as some might say in the South, Picounty. And I'm just gonna start working this right on the inner corner. Oh! Wow! That is bright. Oh my gosh. The pigment in this palette is unreal. Now this one does have a lot of kickback. Very much kickback. And with this one, I am blending it up. Oh, sorry, I'm packing it. I'm not blending it, I'm packing it up, and then over, up on top of the red al pastor. Then I'll start blending out the edge a little bit. That is so fun. I love this. And now here comes the real work. I'm gonna go ahead and go into all 3 of these shades using all 3 of these brushes, maybe even a couple of Morphe M300 brushes, which I love to use to just blend out shades that are already applied. But I'm gonna go in with those and a few of those, work the blend between all 3 of these shades, get it finessed as much as I want it to, blow all the shades out as much as I want them to. And once I finish all of that work, I will be right back. So see you in a second. Now I've pretty much blended as much as I want. I've blown out the orange picante in the inner corner and I've like filled the inner corner with it. It just seemed like fun and I'm gonna cut the crease anyway. So we'll see kind of what happens with that in that direction. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But for now, I'm gonna go in with this Morphe X Jeffree Star JS12 brush. It's a really pointed detail blender brush, and I'm gonna go back in to Repollo Rojo, and I'm gonna carry that shade in from this outer corner of the crease all the way in to probably about a third of the way in from the inner corner. I don't want it to go quite into the orange shade Picante, but I do want it to go into Al Pastor, just to kind of add a little bit more definition in the crease so it's not so blown out with orange and red. And with this purple shade, since I am going to be cutting the crease, I want to make sure that it shows when I relax my forehead and don't like stretch out my eye, and I open my eyes all the way. That way you can see exactly above where my crease lies, so that I make sure the purple's gonna show when I cut my crease. So I need the purple to still run even a little bit higher if I want it to show completely, because I'll need to go up here as well. So let's run some purple up there, shall we? So I marked the line where it's supposed to go, and now I can just fill in the blanks. Gotta admit, these shadows are performing really well. Despite the fact that I'm stacking and stacking and stacking, they're still blending out just as they should and building up just as they should. Okay, now the purple is to where you'll still be able to see it even after I cut my crease. Or it should. Wait. Yeah, you should still be able to see it. Now just gonna work on the blend between Repollo Rojo and Al Pastor. I don't want it to be as sharp of a cut, or as precise of an edge. It's not as pretty as I want it to be, is what I'm saying. I think I'm finally mostly happy with the blend. So now I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the area around the eye and make sure that everything is shaped properly the way that I want it to be. Then I'm gonna cut my crease. I'm gonna use my micellar water to cut the crease first because I wanna use that so that I don't layer up too many products on top of each other, because it leads to a lot of texture when I do that and if I do that. So I'm going to choose not to. So I'm going to cut it out with the micellar water first, then I'm going to go back in with the P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 01 and cut my crease where I cut my crease, if that makes sense. Got everything cleaned up and the crease is now cut. Very largely and widely cut. It might have gotten a little out of hand when I started cutting it, but alas, we are here. So now I'm gonna take the shade Limon and I'm gonna use my Limon colored brush, and it is the BH Cosmetics number 6 brush in the Take Me Back to Brazil brush Colecciones, and I am going to take this shade. This brush has a slight bit of a point to it, so I'm gonna take advantage of that point so I can get right here in my inner corner and pack this green shade right in there. So first impressions, that green shade is rather beautiful. And right up against that orange, it's even more beautiful because it makes it pop and really stand out. And I love that. I love using opposite colors and making them pop, especially in the inner corner. As you can see, I went ahead and took the green shadow all the way to the purple on the outer lid. That was probably a mistake, but we'll find out. You know, I just don't know what color is made whenever you mix purple and green. I guess green is yellow and blue, purple is red and blue. So we have blue in common. What happens if you mix red and yellow? Orange? So maybe we'll get an orange blue? Gray? Sounds like we're gonna get a gray. I don't know. Right now, I'm just packing on a bunch of that green matte eyeshadow because I want it to be as pigmented as possible and I don't want it to start fading once I put any other color on top of it, which I might. I am kind of really digging the whole matte look right now though. So now that the green is laid down everywhere, I'm gonna go back in with the Morphe M441 brush, back in with Repollo Rojo, and tap that on the outer edge and see if it will blend in with green in some way, so I can have a smooth gradient between purple and green. Oh wow, that's actually working and making a really pretty shade. I don't know what color it is, but it's pretty. Now this is where I'm getting slightly afraid. This is beautiful. I love this just exactly as it is. The only thing I'm afraid of is if I go in with my original plan, which was gonna be guacamole over the green and red onions over the purple. I was gonna use those as a combination to go over the lid, but now I'm afraid that if I do, it's just gonna be a cakey, textured, gross mess. So I guess that means I won't do that. So at this point, that means I need to go ahead and duplicate this somehow over here. I really don't know how that's gonna be done. Not 100% sure if I even can, but I'm gonna try to do it off camera as well as do my face makeup. So foundation, concealer, bronzer, contour, etc., etc. And once I finish all of that, I will be right back and we can finish off the eyes, and I'll also give my final thoughts on the Glamlite Street Taco palette and let you guys know what I think. So I will see you in just a second. The rest of the face is complete. Now it's time to fix the lower lash line. And I really want to duplicate yet again the same thing that I did in the crease. I want to do the orange to the red to the purple, but just on the lower lash line instead. So I'm gonna start with the Morphe M506 brush and go into Picante. I am tapping off the excess this time because there's no way I'm gonna put that much shadow on my lower lash line without building it up. Fallout Central. Then gonna use the Sigma E45 small tapered blending brush. I really like the point that this has on it. It makes it a whole lot easier to go in to smaller detailed areas and blend stuff out. Then I'm gonna use Al Pastor, and I'm gonna use that just in the middle, still definitely tapping off the excess. Oh no, I'm getting fallout. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, it's okay. It went away. Okay, I was so scared. And last but not least, the Morphe pointed purple brush, mostly like the M300 brush. I'm gonna use this one to go into Repollo Rojo. And I'm just gonna put the very tippy tip of that brush into that shade and go right here. Okay, on the lower lash line, this shadow is not moving very well at all. It's probably because it's so heavily powdered. I mean, it was pretty baked on, so it obviously was not a tacky base, but it seems like it can't even build up without a tacky base, and that's not a good thing to me. Like, I want my shadows to be able to keep up with dry or wet bases. Obviously, wet will always work better, but not work at all. I mean, I guess it's pigmented enough. It's just nothing like the crease area, which is the disappointing part. I'm also going to use the little bitty Morphe X Jeffree Star JS12 brush. This is the same brush that I used in Repollo Rojo before, whenever I was making the crease line, I guess. I'm going to use it to pretty much do the same thing, but on the lower lash line instead. Maybe I should have started with this brush since it was so much smaller, but I wanted to be able to pull that shade around and then up into that purple in the outer corner. And I'm just really making sure that these build up because that purple took a long time and it got really big, but that's fine. I'm gonna clean it up and it still works. It's still so snatched. It's been a while since I've created a look like this, but it's fun. I love it. With all the shades blended out on the lower lash line, that's pretty much it. The only other thing I want to do is with the inner corner. Since I don't have anything to highlight like the brow bone area because I don't have a shimmery red, I just want to highlight the inner corner and I'll just leave everywhere else orange because it's pretty, so why not? I'm going to use the Morphe M416 brush now and I'm gonna grab Guacamole. This time it is going in my inner corner, but not just inner corner of my lid, my whole inner corner. Oh, she's cute. She's cute. Hey, girl. Yep, I like that. I like that quite a bit. I kind of want to get it built up even more. Oh, it looks like gold. Ooh. Let's spray my brush. I'm going to use my Gerard Cosmetics X Rich Luxe collab spray thing in the scent Dreamsicle. Smells like a creamsicle. Let's try again. Oh, she's excessive. Yes, she is. Oh, hello, excessive. Woo-hoo. Oh my gosh. That is literally like liquid gold. It almost looks like a liquid eyeshadow, but it's not. I mean, I guess it kind of was, technically, since I sprayed it with setting spray. It turned it into liquid shadow. But without an amazing formula, there would have been no way that that would have gone on like plaster, like gold paint. Ugh. Wow. That is so, so pretty. Lower lash line is now completely complete. I also had to fix my lip a little bit because the lip gloss and the lip liner and the lipstick combo, they were running and they were getting liney and like gross, and I couldn't deal with it. So I had to take those off and fix this. But I'm still happy with the look now because it doesn't look like that anymore. But I think this look really turned out great. I love the inner corner highlight from the shade Guacamole. Oh, that just kills me every time I look at it. It looks so good. So I guess with all of it together and all of it done, I gotta ask myself, would I recommend the Glamlite Street Taco palette? And I would say that I would, especially if you like bright colors like this. I mean, I feel like a street taco right now. It did its job. These are definitely the colors of a street taco, not the lipstick. I don't know what you would be eating in a taco that would be light purple like this, but it was a lot of fun to play with. It was very colorful. I would definitely use it again as a colorful, fun type of palette. It's perfect for spring. I could see it kind of going into summer too. If you stuck with some of the deeper tones, especially the deeper browns in there, you could really summer up any of these bright colors, really. I mean, a neutral crease with a bright pop on the lid, you're done. So I definitely think this is a fun palette. It performed really, really well. I'll be excited to try more of Glamlite's products. Maybe next time it'll be a big palette and there will be lots of shades like the cake palette. That's about all for what I think about the palette. Like I said, 10 out of 10 would recommend. But let me know what you thought. What do you think about the look? Do you like the colorful vibes? Do you prefer more of the neutral, toned down type looks? Let me know in the comments below. You guys know I love to have a conversation with you. Also, if you like this look and you want to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing out of this video, if you gain nothing out of any of my videos, please at least gain this. And that is to always remember and to never forget that you are absolutely beautiful. And I love you guys. Bye.